Hey, yo, what's going on, man? Back at it. See, Unfiltered Grind, another day, another dollar. Even though I'm off today. Feel me? I'm about to go to the gym real quick. Go play some ball. You feel me? Get these reps up, get this cardio on. You feel me? Get right. 2 weeks and a couple days with no weed. Shit feel good, man. Feel me? I feel good. I feel real, real good. I love it. You know? The first 2 weeks is always the hardest. It's definitely not the easiest. You're gonna go through withdrawals. You're gonna go through up and down moods. Your sleep gonna be fucked up. You might sweat through your sleep and whatnot, but you know we here, getting through it. And you know something, I'm gonna tell you something that my dad told me because it applies to my life. I feel like it applies to a lot of men, a lot of dudes. Is to be your own man. You know, we was on the phone arguing one night. I was working one of my night jobs. We was arguing one night. This was back like 2022. I used to work at this pharmaceutical company. I hated that shit. And we was arguing. I forgot how we was arguing on the phone. We was arguing. And I was arguing with my mom at first, and he took the phone over. And my dad, you know, he don't sugarcoat nothing, you feel me? He old school Caribbean. And he said, you know something? You want to be happy in your life? Learn to be your own man. And he not one, I ain't gonna lie, my dad never gave me a lot of advice. I learned a lot from him, but it was just about watching. He not like a talker kind of person, so when he do say something like that, it be some real shit. And I didn't listen to him back then, but I started to apply what he said to me like a year or two ago. And he was right. When you want to be happy in your life, this is for a man, because women don't really watch this stuff. So even if a woman ever sees this, you know, a woman too, you know, be your own person. But you know, this is go for the men. You feel me? Be your own man. Do your own thing. Find your own swag. Live your own life. Live your life how you see fit. And do that shit with no apologies, my nigga. I'm the only one on my friend group who ain't smoking right now. I ain't smoking no weed. I don't drink like that regardless, but you know, I definitely don't want to drink. Been trying to get lust out of my body, so I haven't been messing with these shorties. No shade to anybody who do it. You do what you want to do. I don't really give a fuck. But that's what I'm on. Because I'm trying to grow. I'm on real grown man timing. Niggas think being a grown man is just getting some money and fucking bitches and you know, and going to the gym and getting big. That's surface level shit. That's surface level. It's like the iceberg. You at the tip of the iceberg. That's nothing. Becoming a man, a real man, is doing the inner work. Cutting out the shit that holds you back in life. Doing the hard things. Doing the things that go against the grain. And taking shit from people when you do those type of things. Because, yo, let me tell you something right now. I said in another video, I said in a couple videos, when you try to better yourself, people dead ass hate on you. We live in a world where people, when you eat healthy, people look at you crazy. People be like, yo, why you eat so healthy for? Like, do you even hear those type of words? That shit sounds like a mental illness when you sitting there and saying, why you eat healthy? Like, it's in the fucking word healthy, nigga, because I want to be a healthy person. Make that nut ass shit make sense, bro. Make that shit make sense. You want to live a healthy life, a good life, and people be like, yo, why you trying to live healthy? Why you ain't trying to have sex with girls? Because, nigga, that shit just comes with pain. That shit only comes with pain, nigga. That's the only reason why I ain't fucking a bunch of hoes. And let me tell you something right now. When you ain't on that type of time, and the women just start flowing, my nigga. Shit. But you gotta have discipline and say nah. Because all you're gonna do is fuck or bust a nut. You're gonna feel tired and drained after, and you just got another freaking weird attachment on your nut ass. Ain't nobody wanna deal with that shit no more. The fuck? I don't wanna deal with that. Not me. Shit. I don't wanna drink no alcohol. That shit straight poison. Fuck you mean, nigga? I done had nights I done drank so much, nigga. I done blacked out, thrown up and shit. This was back when I was in college, nigga. I done blacked out, all that type of shit, bro. And then you start doing other shit that you shouldn't be doing. I ain't gonna say everything I done did in college, but yo, look, there's some things I'm gonna take to my grave I won't never say on camera, but I done did shit I ain't proud of out there, man. Cause I was off of that drink, I was off of that weed. Smoking blunts to the brain, nigga. Straight blunts to the brain, my nigga. I used to, man, shit. You feel me? Be your own man. Go against the grain. Do what you gotta do to better yourself, to get better. Because times is fucking hard. These are not the times to be fucking around and bullshitting around. I'm sorry, like it's just not. Now I said I don't go out and enjoy myself. I just went out to the city yesterday. I got me a massage. No happy ending. I got a massage. I went and got some sushi and shit like that. I ate me a nice little meal after. Then I found this bookstore, caught me a little book, and then I went to Bryant Park, right across from the bookstore. If you're from New York City, you probably know where that's at. They had all these pop-up shops and everything. I'm walking around. I found me a nice stand with an Asian lady there. She sold me a jar of raw honey. I copped that for the crib. I walked around the Macy's store just browsing. Gave me some motivation. I want to go get some more paper because, you know, I like certain colognes. There's a certain cologne I want, Chanel Blue. That shit like $270. You feel me? I want that. Yeah. I like to smell good, nigga. But that's what comes when you be your own man. You start finding yourself. You start doing things for you, not for the validation of others. And you feel good. And as you do that over time, people are going to gravitate towards you more. Because they see that you doing your thing. It's not even like you on your shit. They just see that you a person that just knows how to do their own thing and you secure within yourself to do your own thing. That's all it is. That's the best advice my father ever gave me. You feel me? And he's alive. He's not dead. He's alive. He's alive and kicking. But that was some real shit. And I'll never forget them words, man. Never. And my mother, she always told me to be a leader, not a follower. And being a leader is not just you, oh, do this and do that. Nah, being a leader is literally that, doing your own thing. Because when people see that shit, they might hate on you at first, but then when they keep seeing you do it and you getting results from it, then they're gonna be like, all right. And then they're gonna want to follow you. You the leader and they're the follower. Be your own man and do your own thing. Even when it comes to this YouTube shit. I know a lot of people right now who make content. I know a lot of motherfuckers who make content. But a lot of niggas out here, like in like Long Island, New York City and shit like that, they don't make my kind of content. They don't make this. They don't make the real talk content. I don't want to say self-improvement, but just the grown man content. You know, niggas out here, they trying to make skits. They trying to be like Kai Cenat. They trying to be like Phantom. They trying to be like them niggas because them niggas is the biggest content creators to come out of here. Kai Cenat is the biggest streamer in the world, and he came from the Bronx. Now I remember when that little nigga was on, on YouTube doing his thing. I remember when I used to watch him back during, during the vid. Salute. But their content ain't my content. What them niggas do, I don't want to do. You know, they make that jokey bullshit content. I ain't hating on, but that's their content. Their content's for the younger crowd. I don't want to be part of the younger crowd. I can motivate y'all, but I'm not there for that. That's not my vibe. So this is my lane. I rap, but niggas out here who rap, they like that drill shit. They like that sexy drill shit. They like all that. And I made songs on those type of beats, but even those type of beats, check out my first video on my fucking YouTube channel. It's called Do For Love. That's a drill beat. But the message wasn't a drill message. There's a difference. Alright? So be your own person. Be your own man. Find your own lane. Carve your own path. Find your own style. Find your own swag. I miss when niggas had swag, not drip. I miss the swag era. The 2010s was the swag era because everybody had their own swag. You had your own fashion. You had your own style, nigga. Even me, my nigga, I have my own way I dress. Alright? I don't wear designer clothing. I like streetwear. I like my sweats, I like my Jordans, I like my Air Maxes, I like my New Balances and shit like that. And I like cargos and all that. I like certain kind of jeans, not super tight, not super baggy, just my kind of jeans, you feel me? And then when it's time to step out and look dapper, I'ma step out and look dapper. I could put on a suit. I could put on a little polo shirt with some, you know. I could do all that, but I like it my swag. You feel me? That's mine. It's my style. You feel me? Niggas out here, everybody wanted dreads. I wanted braids because I always wanted braids. I never could see myself as a dreadhead, so I got braids. Because I always wanted to have braids. My mom would never let me get that shit as a kid. When you grow up in a Caribbean household, they want your shit. Buzz cut like a motherfucker. Me, nah, nigga, I wanted to grow my braids out. I like that shit. It feel good when shorty over here and she pulling back in your head and you feel me? Feel good. I like it. Be your own man. Do what you gotta do. And don't let nobody shit on you. Don't let nobody's hate affect you. I'm already getting dick suckers in my comments now. I have 39 subscribers. Niggas already hating. That's fine. Because your haters are your #1 fans. Because they can't do it. When people make fun of you or they clown you for doing what you want to do, they just hating because they don't got the balls to do it themselves. Because a lot of people are just they're dead ass followers. They're literal followers. They just follow people. They follow the herd. I don't. I never have. I never will. When I was in high school, I wasn't popular. And you know what's funny? All my friends was the popular kids in high school. And they be like, oh, you was bugging, you ignored me. You didn't want to be popular. Nah, nigga, I didn't have to be. I didn't give a fuck. I treated school like I treated work. I went to that bitch and I went home. I fuck with who I fuck with, and that was it. I kept it pushing. I didn't want to be popular. I didn't give a shit. Now look, nigga, I'm popular in real life. Motherfuckers all over the place be fucking with me. Because I don't need popularity. I don't need validation from others. I don't give a shit. I went to school. I went home. I watched TV. I played video games and shit. I still was playing with toys at the time. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. I was just being a kid. I didn't want to be in that crowd of drinking and smoking and fucking girls and shit like that. I didn't want to be around that. I didn't feel comfortable being around that dumb shit. So I didn't want to be around it. I didn't go to prom. I didn't go to my prom. I didn't want to go. I dead ass did not want to go to my prom. I thought it was dumb. I don't know why. Like, I just did not want to go to my prom. I did not care. I stood on that shit from the day I entered high school in 9th grade, nigga. I was like, yo, I'm never going to my senior prom. And my senior prom came and I stood on that shit. I did not go. And shorties wanted me to go. I didn't go. I stayed home and I watched the NBA Finals. It was the Cavs versus Warriors, and I stayed home and watched that shit. And I was cool with that. When I graduated high school, all I did was go to dinner with my family and I went home. Everybody else went out and got fucked up and shit. I went on with my family, we got a dinner, and I went home. That was it. Be your own man. Because when you follow people, because there was a time period where I was following, yeah. I ain't perfect. I went away from who I was. Around like, when I went to college, I want to say like 18 to around like, when was I in the trap? When I started trapping, like 21. So I want to say from 18 to 21, I was being a follower. I had my phases where I was being dolo, but you know, I was following niggas too. Yeah, I was. I was secure in myself. I was depressed in myself. I wasn't happy with myself because I was lost. I didn't know myself back then. And then, you know, I was trapping. I started doing my thing with that. And then, you know, I had my car. So then I started doing my own thing with the trap. I was getting my own place. I was riding around all over LI. I was going all over the place. I used to call, because my rap name is PBD, Pure by Design. I used to call them my PBD adventures. I used to be riding all over the place, going all over here, linking this shorty, linking that shorty. All of that. I used to wake up earlier than all my niggas. Still hit the gym before I go bust a trap. Nigga, I used to go hit the gym early before everybody else. I used to go get a car wash before all my other niggas. Because they be like, yo, how come you don't want to wait for niggas, my nigga? You always on go. Yeah, because that's who I am. I'm always on go. I'm not going to wait for nobody. I can't wait for y'all niggas. Respectfully, I just can't. There's no hate, no shade. I just can't wait for y'all niggas. Because when you wait on somebody else, nigga, all you're going to do is hold yourself back. That's all you're going to do. Be your own man. Learn to be your own person. I think that's why people say I'm kind of mature for my age. It's just because, nigga, I just always been to me. That's it. I've always been like this. Dead ass. I've always been like this. Like this is nothing new to me. Like, I know my dad had to tell me that because I was going away from the shit, but no cap, I've always been like this. I was a high school kid. I wasn't popular. I used to sit in the lunch table by myself for like a year and some change, nigga. Have my beats on, bumping different albums and shit like that. You feel me? Niggas was all fucking with the drill shit back then. That was when Chief Keef and them was popping out and shit. Nigga, I was still listening to Kanye. I was still listening to Lil Wayne and shit like that. Ace Hood, Drake when he was still good, Rick Ross and all that type of shit. I used to listen to them type of niggas, bro. J. Cole, 2014 Forest Hills Drive. That shit got me through my first years in high school, man. ASAP Rocky and them niggas. That was my vibe. That was my vibe, nigga. I always stayed to me and I always did me, nigga. And I still do that shit to this day. That's why this YouTube, nigga, that's why I do this. This is my lane, nigga. I stay in my lane. I ain't no goofy ass nigga doing TikTok dances and shit like that trying to get clout. That's not my vibe, nigga. I don't want that shit. I'm on grown man timing, nigga. I want to elevate, nigga. I got a passport for a fucking reason. I want to travel, nigga. The hell? I do want to live good. I want to eat good, nigga. Some point I want me a family. Some point I want me a sexy ass woman who follow my lead because they see I'm a fucking leader, not a follower, nigga. That's why a lot of you niggas out here, your bitch don't respect you because she see you a fucking follower. You's a bitch. That's why. That's the only reason why a lot of women don't respect niggas, because they see a lot of y'all niggas as followers. You're not a fucking leader. And the leader ain't the loudest nigga in the pack either. It's not that nigga who pumping his chest out like, yeah. Nah, nigga, it's the nigga who just quiet, chilling, but he know how to do his thing. And he doing him. And he go against the grain. Because let me tell you something right now, though. Even though I wasn't popular in high school, the shorties still check for me, though. Shorties was still checking for me. And niggas used to always say, oh, this nigga ugly, he this and that. Because I was a virgin. I didn't have sex in high school. I was a virgin, you heard? I ain't gonna lie. And I ain't ashamed of that shit either. I was a virgin all my years of high school. I ain't lose my shit till I was 20. But women always was checking for me. And you know why women was always checking for me? Because they seen I was the one nigga who was doing him, no matter what. And I was always clean. I kept myself together. I was skinny, but I was clean with it. My clothes was clean with it. All of that. I was doing my laundry and shit like that. You know, I put on my little spray, my little deodorant, my lotion. I was clean. And women was still checking for a nigga. Still. So it's not like you gotta be a popular nigga to get bitches and all that shit. Niggas wasn't only popular because you wanted hoes and attention. I never gave a fuck. I never cared. And I don't care now either. As a grown ass man, I don't care. Every job I worked at, I never try to be no nigga friend. Everywhere I pop out to, I don't try to talk to people. People gravitate towards me. I speak when spoken to. And if I feel like speaking, then I speak. If not, nigga, I keep it pushing. I don't give a damn. One of my mans, he always be like, oh, y'all niggas be always walking around with a mean face. And I don't have a mean face. I'm just straight face. This is me. Just walking, chilling, vibing. Because I'm not looking to talk to people. I don't need to. Most people don't really bring nothing to my life. So I'm not out here trying to talk to everybody and socialize around everybody. That's just who I am, man, nigga. That's who I am. And don't mean I ain't antisocial. I can speak. I can talk. And I can talk for hours if I got to. But I'd rather just keep my energy to myself sometimes, you feel me? Because you gotta protect your peace and your energy in this motherfucker. Or niggas gonna drain that shit. So be your own man and be your own fucking person, you heard? There's nothing wrong with that shit. You stand out more. Alright? So take my advice. Take the advice that my father gave me. Be your own man. Because you'll be a lot happier when you do. Alright? But with that, I gotta get the fuck on. Get these buckets and shit like that. Y'all know the vibes, man. Drink your water, eat your fruits, man. Deuces, you heard?